Kaylee here. So I know I've been gone for a long time, and if you want to know why I've been gone, I made a separate video for that on my second channel, which I'll link in the description box, so go check that out. Today though, I have this nice little side pony which I'm actually wearing to my graduation. I think it's a great graduation hairstyle because you can keep it further down so that your cap doesn't have to cover it, but it's also really pretty. It's a very romantic hairstyle, and my dress is very whimsical and kind of romantic, so I thought it kind of went along with that. And also I think this is a great wedding hairstyle for sure. Or, you know, any other formal event like prom could be good, but it's not a very dance-proof hairstyle, so no whipping your hair back and forth, ladies. But I think it's really cute. It's really pretty. It is a little bit more technical. I'm going to try to help you guys out in the instructions, and hopefully it all is really, really clear and it's easy to follow. But anyway, this is, I think, really pretty. I hope you guys really like it, and I'm excited to be back on YouTube and making videos. Thanks for holding in there and waiting and everything, and yeah, that's it. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and roll it. So with any updo, we start with sectioning. Start off by sectioning the hair in front of your ear first, on this one side, and I just like to clamp it out of the way so that I don't end up getting it tangled with the rest of them. And I'm going to call this section 1, just for future reference. Then split the rest of the hair right in the middle, down, it's like the center of your head in the back. And this section is going to be number 2. That's the one we're going to be working with first. And I'm actually going to put this section 1 on top of my head because that just makes it easier. Now we're going to braid section 2 in a French braid. This is just going to give us a base to pin into. Ignore the fact that my hair is curled here. I was trying something that didn't work, so just don't worry about it. But basically you're just going to do a French braid so you can pin the hair into it. And blah 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 blah. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I just think it makes it easier in the long run because it gives the bobby pin something to hold on to. So secure it with a little tiny band. And that's it. Now you're basically going to curl your ponytail. I used a 1 1/4 inch Hot Tools iron because I wanted looser waves. If you want tighter waves or tighter curls, go with like a 1 inch or a 3/4 inch iron. And then I pinned the curls afterward just so that they would cool in the curl, and that would help the curl to last better. Because I really don't want my hair to fall out of a curl while I was in graduation. So yep, just go through the whole ponytail doing that. I wish I could really curl this fast. And then curl the rest of the sections as well. Makes it a little easier. And I did that off camera because I feel like you guys kind of know how that goes. So then go ahead and take this hair from section 3 down. And we're going to start creating that nice little cascading curl thing in the back. Basically, I took one section from the very bottom. You see right here, kind of like the stuff at the bottom of my hair, and I went ahead and pulled that over to the braid. And I let it droop slightly. This is kind of a technical part where you're going to want either another set of eyes or check in the mirror quite often. But I created a little bit of a droop. It's not pulled tight. As you can see, it's nice and loose. I went ahead and pinned that into the braid. And then after that, I took little 1 inch sections, and preferably ones that had been curled together, and I pinned them right in the middle between the front of the hair and the braid. And what you're doing here is you're creating lots of little scoops, and with these little scoops, it helps to create this really great cascading texture. And if you want to see me explain this a little bit more, my Lauren Conrad updo used this same technique, or at least a very similar technique. So if you want a little bit more explanation, that's there as well. But basically what I'm doing, like I said, is I'm taking 1 inch sections, pinning them between the braid and the front of the hair. And when you do this, you're going to want to kind of layer them over each other. You'll see this one's going to go over the other two. And that just creates a 3-dimensional effect. You want to be making texture here as if you had pulled all the curls over and they're just naturally falling that way. But they don't naturally fall that way, so you have to kind of fake it. And when you do this, if you want some extra hold, you can crisscross the bobby pins over, and that way you can have a little bit more hold and a little bit more stability in your hairstyle. You can also do what I did right here and cover up some bobby pins with a piece of hair. Makes it just a little bit easier. And you're just going to repeat that with 1-inch sections until you get all of them about halfway around the hair. Obviously, as you see here, you don't want to all stop at the same point. You want to defer the points at which you put it, but around halfway through. Then you're going to take the ends and you're going to pull them the rest of the way through. And you can see right here I'm actually shaping a curl to pull away from my head and make a really three-dimensional curl. You don't want to do that for all of them because it's just going to be too much. Your hair might look really cobblestone-y, but if you do it here and there, it can be a really cool effect. And for here, I'm pulling it at different heights. As you look, I got some lower, some higher, things like that. It's just going to help to make different looks because you don't want to put it all in one height. And then you're going to take the front section and start to incorporate those, and you want the front section to cover up the braid. So see how I'm putting this at the very top of the braid? That way I don't have to worry about it, I know that it's out of the way. And then you're going to continue to take these front sections back. Make sure you're careful with how you shape these because it's really going to determine how your hair looks from the front. But again, you're pinning into the braid, and you'll see right here I messed around with it a little bit just to see where I think it fits best. And I kind of go with that one. And then pin that one in. And again, you can crisscross your bobby pins within the braid as well to add more stability. I think thicker hair, you're going to have a little bit of an easier time with this than my thin hair. Alright, now what we're going to do is any ends that are left over, we're going to take them and you're going to wrap them around the base of the ponytail. And that's just going to kind of create a really cool effect. Don't do it too tight. You can see this whole hairstyle is loose and it's effortless. You don't want to make this super, super tight. So you're just going to wrap it around pretty loosely and then just pin it into place. I like to pin it within the ponytail, so actually up against the band, not necessarily against my head. And that's even easier if you have thicker hair, but with thin hair you just have to play around with a little bit just to make it work.